welcome to this episode of Sing Out Saturday. I'm Kim from inspiredtosing.com and I am here answering your questions about singing. So if you've got any, please leave a comment below and I will add it to my list. Today's question comes from Sam, and Sam asked, how am I supposed to get up into my head voice? I've tried everything and I can't seem to get it without it being strained and whispery. And that's a great question, Sam. A lot of people struggle to go up into their head voice. It's not really that natural for us. We don't tend to speak all the way up there. And so when we go to sing, it feels really odd. It doesn't feel grounded like when we speak in our chest voices every day. So what I'm going to do is talk about the 3 things that could be holding you back from really accessing that bright ring that we want in the head voice and a lot of that freedom and color in the head voice. So the first thing that I'm going to get you to do is make sure that you're breathing correctly and singing from the body. So I've got another episode on this, how to breathe efficiently for singing, but I'm just going to recap a little bit of that so that you can feel how you're singing from the body a little bit more. So you're going to, I'm just going to hit my plant over here a little bit to demonstrate this. So if you pop one hand on your rib cage, make sure that you're getting a little bit of expansion in there for the breath and also lowering the breath. So almost as if you're breathing into the pelvis all the way down or breathing into the stomach, but not inflating or pushing out the stomach. So we want the breath to go in 2 different directions at once, really grounding it down into the torso. And when you do that, you should feel a slight activation just above the navel. And that's the point that I want you to imagine singing from. So I know that we sing with the vocal cords inside the throat, but I don't want you thinking of leading the voice from the throat. Instead, you're going to think of projecting more from the body and leaving this alone. So this is just a beautiful, open, relaxed tube, and all of the power and everything comes from the body. So you're going to breathe all the way down and find that point that you can feel it slightly activate and then sing from there. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some sirens, because this is one of the easiest ways to access your head voice, because it's just a crazy noise and you sound like a police car. So it's kind of fun as well. So you're going to lower the breath. Woo! So if you're not connected to the body, it's probably going to sound a little bit more like this. So weak, breathy, and it might feel quite tight. It might feel quite tough to get the sound out. Whereas as soon as I lower the breath and lead from the body, so it's kind of being all in. I'm really jumping into the pool rather than dipping my toe in the water from the throat. So that's going to help give you a lot more resonance. It's also going to take a lot of the pressure off the throat, which is exactly what we want to do. We want to release as much tension as possible. That leads me into the second part. The tongue can become a real problem as you're going up into the head voice. What it wants to do is tighten and pull back all the way down to the root of the tongue, which is much lower down in the throat than we realize. So what I'm going to get you to do is pay attention to the tongue when we do the sirens this time. You're going to have the tongue really heavy behind the bottom teeth there. Right there. Hopefully you can see. There we go. A little bit closer. All right, so we're going to lower the breath and keep the tongue soft. Woo! How easy was that to do? Did you notice a difference from before you were actually paying more attention to the tongue? Bringing awareness to the parts of the body that you have tension is such an important practice in singing. It's a real mindful, present kind of practice, and you can scan the whole body for tension and release each part as you do it, which is known as body scanning. I talk a little bit more about this in the Release Your Voice course, which is going to launch next month. So if you're interested in a course that's going to help you release more tension, release more resonance, and bring more joy into your singing, make sure that you're on my newsletter list, and the link is below. So we're going to do a free live call for that very, very soon, and that's going to launch in March. It's very exciting. So the tongue is the really big one in the head voice. You also might notice that the jaw wants to lock. So just paying attention to those 2 things separately. initially and just seeing what that does to your siren. So the first one, connecting with the body, supporting the voice with the breath and leading from the body. The second one is paying attention to the tongue, making sure that it doesn't tighten and pull back. And the third one is to make more space. So what we want to do is lift the soft palate in the back here. So that is the mushy part all the way. You're going to have to use your thumb here. All the way in the back there. And it happens to lift when you yawn. Ooh, or when you laugh. That was a fake laugh. But if you really laugh properly, you can get it to lift as well. So I want you to pay attention to, if you can start to lift it, imagining if you're going into a yawn, and then keeping that space open. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to lift that on the inhale so that it's all prepared for you as you go into the sirens. So when you breathe in, you're already going to be opening up that space. And a lot of singers don't prepare for using their head voice in this way. So if you're going to go straight into a high note, you want to have it really prepared so that you don't have to launch the mouth open and disrupt everything on that very first note. It's already prepared and then you can easily sing on it. So we're going to breathe in, open up the mouth and do that siren again. Woo! How did that feel? Did you notice that the tongue tension might have come in because you weren't focusing on it? Keep doing those sirens, and once you've got the soft palate lifted, then go back to the tongue and go, can I release any tension out of this? Scan the body for tension. But those three things are the biggest blocks that I find singers have in accessing their head voice and getting that crisp, clear, resonant, full ringing sound up there. So I hope that helps to release more of your voice up in that head voice register. As always, it's been a pleasure. Please let me know what you thought of the video, share it with your singing friends, and if you have a question, please leave it below. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.